Welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you the review tab on Microsoft Word for 365. Very, very important page if you are high school, middle school, maybe even an upper elementary school teacher who has their students typing on 365 in Word. This is where you can go in and you can review, edit, leave comments and stuff for students on their writing if you're giving them feedback. You can also do some of this if you're an administrator, LSS, ILT, in some kind of leadership position, and people are sending you in a grant or whatever else. It can be used for teachers as well. Really, really good tool in the classroom, though, with your students. Really good tool. I use this a lot with mine. So what you can do is if you watch my previous video on the Home tab right here, there is an editor all the way to the side over here. I covered that in a little bit more detail in that video, so I won't be doing it here. I'm going to show you some other things. But you can go in and you can set your editor is going to be the same as you saw it before if you want to go check out that video. In this one, you can set your settings for what you're looking for with your students. Maybe I'm looking for sentence structure. I want to look for that. I want to look for contractions, and I want to look for I don't want if there's any profanity in there, I want Word to mark it on the editor, and I want to get rid of it, right? So I'll click OK. Obviously, there's then I go to my editor, and you can see there are some mistakes in here as far as vocabulary and connections, no profanity or anything like that. So if there was some of that stuff in there, then it would pop up. So that's your editor. You can also go in with your down arrow and you can look at your autocorrect options. Leave it default. That's the easiest way to do it. You can also go in and look at your word count. If you're looking for your students to write, 500 words or whatever, there's your word count to see their word count. And you can do this once they share it with you. You can do all this on their paper. You can also go in and check the accessibility. Hey, what's wrong with it? What are some errors? What are some warnings that they may have on here? Mark all as read. You can see that's out because I haven't read it all. If you want to go in and translate some of this, let's say you have an ESOL student who is really, really good at writing in Spanish, maybe they're high school, middle school age. If they write it in Spanish, you can highlight it and you can get the translation to English if you want to. So you can go in there. I want to translate this section. I also showed this in the video about add-ons. So if you're interested in seeing that, then you can go back and check that out. But I'm going to go to English here. If you're watching on the screen, let me find English. And I'm going to insert that. And you can see what it says here. So you can see it inserted, and I can translate it for myself if I'm doing a foreign language class or something else. You can translate it. You can also leave comments. You can add a new comment here if you want to. If I go down here, add a new comment, and I can comment to my students about something and send it off, and it's right here. They can move through their comments. You can delete them as well. But they can move through their comments with these two arrows. There's the first one, the second one, and then the third one, and we're seeing what's highlighted for the comments. You can show all the comments here off to the side, and they're also here. You can go in and track your changes too. You can track everybody's changes. You can just turn it off, or you can track just my changes. Now, if I go in and make changes, let's say right here there was an error and I wanted them to type something else, it shows up in a different font color, and it shows that I do that. And you can see that I'm reviewing here. You can do that at the top too. So I'll go back into editing. Like they would see this. Hey, I inserted this. You had an error here. You may want to change fixing that. And then you can go in and you can accept those errors. If you want to, you can also reject them, flip back and forth through your pages or front and back on your page. So really good on your editor if you want to go in and look, make comments. If you want to go in and review and make changes for your kids to look at, if you want to translate it from one language to another, really, really good tab to use is the review tab. I hope that helps. Thanks.